has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Hey guys, Malzo here with Clever Plays number 3. As my normal viewers know, I tend to look at a lot of demos, and I kind of, I like to write down all the clever plays that I see and kind of present them to you guys. And the first one I have is from Stewie2K. He kind of does a play that, everybody dreams about, really. He kills a guy with an op, and then goes and grabs it. He's able to make it back to where he was playing. This is kind of the spot where I would normally just get shot in the back if I tried this shit, but he manages to make it back onto site. So he's got a reloaded Colt and an op to play with here, and let's see how he holds off the site. It would have been perfectly fitting if he went on to get, an ace clutch with both guns. That would have been probably the all-time highlight reel play of the fucking year, but not quite how it works out for him. Still really cool play using both guns, switches back to the Colt, gets a few kills, and holds him off for a little bit anyways. That's some really clever stuff from Stewie. Alright, this next one's a sick wallbang from Scream, and it would have been like the ultimate vac moment if this happened on the broadcast. I'm pretty sure it didn't, though. I do know from watching the Phelps demo on Immortals, like I've watched a few of their demos on Cash as well, and they boost on that red bin all the time. So this spam from Scream has to be a huge shout out to the scouting department or the guys that are watching the demos for G2 anyways. They just did a really good job recognizing that Immortals boost up there all the time, so I'm sure they noticed it in the demos just like I did when they watched it, and Scream is able to get some free damage on Phelps because of it. Okay, this is a really cool flash from AZ here. When I saw this while I was watching the demo, I'm like, what the? Does that actually work? Because a big problem with throwing your flashes in the connector is that they pop at the bottom of stairs, so nobody's standing at the top. Like, they rarely would ever get blinded. So the way AZ's throwing it makes it pop, or ideally would pop at the top of the arch. So I grabbed it from a few angles. You can kind of see it's not really working perfectly for him, and maybe he's got to flesh it out a little bit more. He may, it just looks like he missed his spot here. I'm sure he tried it in a practice and it hit, but still a really cool idea. If he can flesh that out and make it work more reliably, this would be a really cool pop flash. And speaking of pop flashes, you're going to see Shocks get double pop flashed into A main. A main really is the most popular place to throw a pop flash in. It's so easy, and it'll get you free kills. So a lot of times the T's will just play anti-flash. So they throw two flashes in here, which would blind someone playing anti-flash normally. They'd turn around and get blinded by the second flash, hopefully. Nobody there to kill, but still a cool idea. And more flashbang stuff. Here's Taco dodging. He dodges it not by turning around, but just by putting it behind the wall. And I always like this kind of stuff. We always train ourselves to just automatically whip around when we see a flash. And Taco shows that he's not like auto-programmed to do that. Here's some really subtle stuff from Config. And all he does is play a small off angle. You're going to see the T's come down through secret and just give him a quick shoulder peek. But because he's playing like a nice little off angle just to get his head out of like where the T's crosshair would be, he ends up getting a much easier kill than he probably would have got if he was playing the typical tight angle. So you can see the T try and do a shoulder peek there, and Config makes him pay for it. The guy wasn't ready for him to just be slightly adjusted to the right. It's good off angle stuff. You don't see that too much anymore, mostly because it is hard to fall back when you're playing an off angle, but it works out for Config here. And here's naf-fly kind of doing the same thing. naf-fly doesn't have anyone run into his crosshair here, but it's the same idea. Just move yourself off the typical angle, so the CT or whoever you're trying to kill when they come around the corner, they're going to have their crosshair in a position where they're not really ready to take that fight, right? So it's good stuff. It is hard to fall back from, but it does work out really well sometimes. This is like Anders' specialty, man. He loves seeing this stuff. He always mentions it. On an eco round or a force buy, just buy one flash it in somewhere. Like, this is a good pop flash. It pops right in the smoke, and just go. And it works out really well for G2 here. They get a couple kills. They disregard the smoke. The smoke's not a wall. You can run through it, and it's even more effective when you can just throw a pop flash into it, right? Like, they were able to walk through A main, so they didn't have to deal with a quick rotation or anything. They walked into A main, set up for the pop flash, and then went. There was really only one guy on site to contend with right away, and they dealt with him. Got some really good post plant positions, and they clutch it out. Good stuff. Alright, really simple play here from Dignitas. You're going to see Config just throw the smoke at the entrance to the ramp, and then they push right through it. And this is really easy. You do it with your teammate. They go 2 for 1. And, you know, as soon as the T's hear that smoke pop, they're not really thinking of a push, right? So, yeah, I'm really digging that. They just throw the smoke down, have both players push through, get a couple free kills, and fall back through it. I'm not really sure what to think of this Shocks clip. This is like some ultra meta smoke that I am not reading. I'm really not sure what he's trying to do here. If he's trying to stop the CTs from pushing boost, or that he doesn't want them to be able to spot from boost easily, or maybe it's some sort of one-way and they want the CTs at mid to be worried about T's getting boosted on the roof, maybe, because they end up going B. So maybe he just wanted to hold the rotation of the guys going mid. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of that smoke. I'm not 100% sure what he was trying to accomplish with it. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and enjoy these clips of pros getting wrecked. See ya.
Counter-terrorists win.